Today, for part 3 of the 3-part series, Little Short Lives I've been doing this week, on the topic of preparing your big family heart and home for another baby. Big family being like 3+ kids. If you're outnumbered by your own children, you have, by definition, a big family as far as I'm concerned. I'm welcoming baby number 11 in, I've got the countdown right now, 17 days today. So yeah, definitely a big family. There's a whole backstory because that wasn't the original plan. I used to be super scared of like having any kids, to be totally honest. So it's been quite a journey, a very grace-filled journey of coming to a place of not only being calm and excited and genuinely anticipating what the Lord has for us. Not only a human being, but a whole new, like a generations of influence coming here. It's been a wonderful journey of grace. And here I am preparing my big family heart and home for another baby who will be coming via C-section my 10th on December 20th. So there's Christmas too. And oh yeah, we decided to have a Christmas party, the first Christmas party we've thrown in 3 years actually. So this week I've been talking about how I prepare my heart and my home, because both are important. Like if you kind of focus too much on one or the other, there can be an imbalance there. So today I'm just going to share those 2 little pieces. And if you want to jump back in the Big Family Moms group and see the other tidbits that I shared that have really helped me ease into this season, whether it happens in the summer or the winter, right before Christmas, or at, perfect homeschool break time, right in the middle of July, how to really prepare. Because in the past, I did stress out a lot. I would either try to do way too much or worry I was doing too little, like many moms are prone to do, right? Overthinking things. And I don't know about you, but when I'm expecting a child, and this was the same at the beginning with my firstborn, and also now with number 11, I start to feel what I call the funnel effect. You know what I mean? Like just everything is narrowing down to this one point. And because I have a C-section, it's a very fixed calendar point. And I joke that the only good thing about a C-section is having a date. And, I don't have to worry, when am I going to go to labor? Because actually I will not go into labor, not after having the number of C-sections that I've had. That's a decision I made years ago between me, God, my husband, and our OBGYN. So now that I'm feeling the funnel effect, and I feel it, like I physically, emotionally, mentally feel it. I've been feeling it for probably about 2 months as I came into 3rd trimester, which makes sense that, okay, this is it. First trimester, that was just kind of, getting through the first trimester, and it was kind of surreal, not really totally real yet. 2nd trimester, feeling good, feeling strong, but it's still like way out, right? That was summertime. Well, now it's December and we're down to the 2-digit countdown of days. So it's time to like get things done. However, like I said, in the past, I've erred into doing too much. That has stressed out my mind, my body, and it's really also affected me in the relationship department with like, oh yeah, all my other kids, right? So today I'm going to speak a little bit about that. One of the ways that I prepare my heart before I even think about the home part, we'll get there, because that's important. However, it's not everything. What's even more important in a home, because really, what is a home without people, without relationships? Hang on, my cat is trying to eat my cookies. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, sorry about that, but I just made these like beautiful, sugar-free, carbohydrate-free, amazing almond, orange, cranberry shortbread cookies. I'm just about to put them in the oven, and I'm like, no, those are mama's cookies. Cat. What was I saying? Preparing my heart. That's right. What is a home without the people in it, right? Otherwise, it's just a building, right? The decorations that you can see we've got up, Christmas and so on. But what is it without the relationships? And I, in the past, have got so caught up in preparing my home and getting chores done, especially with Christmas on the heels of having the baby, that I really forgot to slow down and enjoy the people. Totally honest. It's kind of embarrassing to admit, and it seems common sense, but sometimes easier said than done, right? It's one thing to intend to cultivate relationship. It's another thing to actually do it. So one of the things that I've done very intentionally this year is I've chosen to do some fun stuff with my family, which is actually not kind of my normal direction that I veer in. Some moms are super fun. Like they're skydiving moms. Like, wow. I tend to be a bit more of a serious person, a bit more academic, a bit more just conservative overall, more introverted. That's just how I roll. It's how I've been since I was a little girl. So there's no shame. I'm going to be me, how God made me. And I recognize I'm not like what I would call a fun mom. I don't typically romp around on the floor with my kids. I let dad do that because he loves that stuff. I tend to be a more like, I love my children. I run the home like a boss. I, really take that seriously, very professionally. I brought all the professional skills that I would have and did excel in the workplace in the past, and I brought them home. So that's kind of the attitude, the mindset, the perspective that I have day to day. But that one of the like flaws in that approach is that I sometimes forget to just like relax and do fun stuff. But I can harness the professional mindset and say, well, then plan on it, like make space for that. So we're having a Christmas party. I know it sounds a little crazy. I even think it's a little crazy, but like a good crazy. Some of my more extroverted children who are in their teen years now, they've been feeling it. They've been feeling it more than introverted me or some of my other more introverted kids who are like, oh, multiple lockdowns, restrictions. I live in Ontario and Canada, and we've had some of the highest restrictions and the most prolonged restrictions in the world. Not something I'm particularly proud of. There's the circumstantial reality I'm living in right now. So throwing a Christmas party and inviting over like half a dozen families between like our church, our neighbors, just people that we know, really counterintuitive, especially a week before having a baby. And I'm not saying everybody has to do that. I'm saying I chose to do that because the excitement and joy that it brought my children, from the youngest to the oldest who could even conceive of a party, they are over the moon that we're going to A, have people over. B, we're going to play the white elephant game. If you haven't heard of that, comment below. I'll tell you what this is. Super fun. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. And it's a week before the baby. And on one hand, I could say, well, I should be protecting my health, because I don't want to risk exposure to anything. And it's true. And I'm choosing to trust God in the face of possible risking picking something up by mingling with some people. But you know what? In years past, we didn't worry about mingling with people a week before Christmas. We were happy to mingle with people. So I'm choosing to set aside fear. That's my choice. And embrace making memories and embrace having fun. My kids are totally getting into it. But here's the extra cool part. For preparing my home, because I have some older children now who are like 13 plus, I said, okay, I will organize a party. I will shell out the extra money for, at this time of year. You're going to help me with the chores. I've never really involved some of my older, like 9 and up kids with the deep clean that I choose to do once a year around Christmas time. I've never taught any of my kids how to clean an oven. I have never taught any of my kids how to clean up the fridge. I've never actually taught any of my kids how to do like clean out the drawers, like take everything out of the drawer, vacuum it, wipe it, put it all back. Something I do like every 1 to 2 years. I'll put it off sometimes. Like, nah, this can wait. No one's going to die if I don't clean my fridge, right? However, this year I have chosen and purposed to do some certain things. So just this week, with anticipation of the party coming, with that like leverage, the carrot on the stick, I pulled in, for example, my 11-year-old one evening. It was 7:30. He wasn't going to bed till 8. And I say, hey, bud, come on over here. I'm going to teach you something. We're going to get ready for the party. He heard the word party and he was all over it. But I was thinking about to teach you something. So I said, I'm going to show you how to clean a fridge. And we did. So he helped me. He physically took everything out of the fridge, put it on the island in little sections, and then helped me pull things out one thing at a time. I cleaned everything in the sink, put it back. Oh my gosh, my fridge looks brand new. Like, it's amazing. It looks amazing. And I'm probably not going to do it again for 2 years. I'll put it off as long as I can because, some chores aren't my favorite thing to do. However, this is part of like managing a home, taking good care of what God's entrusted to us, good stewardship, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, and like hygiene and cleanliness. And it just makes me feel better to have, a reasonably tidy home. So that's how I brought together the heart piece and the home piece in preparation. It was really like 3 birds in one stone, because we're preparing for Christmas party, preparing for baby, and preparing for Christmas. So I'm like, yes, I win. So I've got a list. Next week, we're going to ease off some stuff, starting to slow down our homeschool. And next week I've devoted to chores. So some of my older kids are going to be helping me, and I'll train them in because they've never done some of this stuff before. I've never taught some of my children how to do things that I do. Like, see those spindles on my stairs? They get little hand marks all over them from the toddlers who can't quite reach the railing. Yeah, grubby little sticky brown hand marks. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? But they're easy to wipe away. Someone just has to take the time to look, see, and do. So this is how I'm preparing my heart, my home. I've got fun, and I've also got the practical, and it just feels like a big win for me. So this is just some quick tips of how I'm doing it, how I'm making it work in a big family so that I'm not stressing out my body or my mind. And I'm also remembering to do fun stuff with the kids that means something way more to them than it does to me. Because I could live without a Christmas party. Like I could. I'm an introvert. I'm just like, just give me my coffee, my hot cup of tea, and my husband, and I'm good to go. I'm very well insulated. Oh, yeah. And I have 10, almost 11 children. I'm not hurting for social, but I recognize other people in my family. This means so much to me. This is memories they're going to remember for the rest of their life. And they say, remember when we were kids and mom and dad had parties, like good parties, not like booze fests, but like, really wholesome, fun parties. This stuff, you can't buy these kind of memories. You have to make them. And so I've chosen to take my penchant for organization and go against my personal preferences and do something for them that's going to, like I said, you can't buy this kind of stuff in stores, taking the time. So that was what is on my heart to share with you today. I have some other stuff I've shared in part 2, part 1. If you want to jump into the Big Family Moms group and see what those were, please, you feel free. You're so welcome. It's a community of moms, of big families who are overcoming struggles and growing in grace, because God knows this is not where I started. I didn't have a mom to talk to who had a bunch of kids when I was first embarking on this journey of trusting God, when we had 3 kids under the age of 2, because we had twins. Our second time around, now they're 14. And I love that I get to reach back in a way that I wish someone had reached out to me when I was earlier in my journey as a mom. So if this has blessed you today and you'd like some more support, some more encouragement, please feel free to click the link, jump into the group. I'd love to connect with you there. Otherwise, God bless you. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to connecting with you in the group. Take care.